Hey guys and gals, this is Alex with Legendary Apartment Brokers here in Kansas City. Today is Monday, September 8th, 2025, and this is the KC Multifamily Minute. Let's get right into it like we do every week. We got some statistics for you. Coming up first is, of course, how many are out there to buy. If you're a multifamily investor, you got 1031 exchange. What are you looking at? Is there anything actually out there to buy? The short answer is yes. There are 53 out there active and available. There are 72 total listings, which means there are 18 that are pending. So to be clear there's 53. That's just only on the MLS. I got my website pulled up here, legendarypowerbrokers.com, but nothing really out of the ordinary here. This is all, powers from Zillow, powers to Realtor.com, Redfin, etc. But legendarypowerbrokers.com will show you all the active listings with some nice, easy filters here. This is filtered for $500,000 plus, built before 2020. So right in the wheelhouse of what's affordable and what active real estate investors are really looking to purchase here. So anyway, 53 out there to look at and buy. That's $500,000 plus, half. So 26 are actually $500,000 to $1 million, and then the other 27 or so are $1 million plus. Okay, so that's just the MLS data. So we're going to pull over onto LoopNet here. And we're going to talk about this whole, what we got here for new and existing listings. So not much has changed here. We got 37 active lists, 36 active listings, one marked as pending, one new. So not a ton of difference over on LoopNet World. This will power typically larger properties here, maybe 2 million plus is where most of these will fall into, or many are also unpriced. We do have one new listing over here on LoopNet, and that is a property. I'm going to take about 2 seconds. It's in a Class D area. I mean, it's block by block, so it might be C minus, C plus. But for my just quick eyeball test, it's in a Class D plus area, we'll call it. It's 6 units, basically $83,000 per door, east of 71, south of I-70, kind of in the east of 71, south I-70 corridor that you've heard me talk about in the past. Not my favorite part to do business in, okay? All right, so let's move on. You got an active 1031. What about these other 3 new opportunities listed here on the MLS? Again, podcast listeners, I'm back to my website, legendarypowerbrokers.com. I got this filtered to $500,000 plus for new active listings in the last 7 days. There are 3 listed here. I'm going to pop over here to my listing, which is the first one we're going to cover today. This is in Basehor, Kansas. This is in here for we'll call it $1.5 million, $125,000 per door. So it's a 12-plex for $125,000 per door. It also includes about an extra acre of land that you can build on. It's all part of the same parcel over here. It is literally right next to Basehor Linwood High School. Of course, I'm high on this one because it is my list, partly because it's my listing, but also I think it's an amazing location. Basehor Linwood High School is a very popular, top-rated school. Basehor's blown up with everything going on out here on west side of the Kansas City metro. It's in between Lawrence and Kansas. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that live in Basehor and work in Lawrence, or maybe one relative or one family member will live or will work in Lawrence or work in Kansas City. The other one will work vice versa. So it's an excellent opportunity to own and this has also been all recently updated. It's got stainless steel appliances, LVP flooring in a lot of it. It's got laundry facility. It's got everything on site. So you can really take a look at this and see how this might fit in for your 1031 exchange. I do like it. I would call it a Class A minus or B plus, only because it is on the outskirts of the metro. But again, it is an excellent location. Most of them, 10 units, are 2 bedrooms. The rest are 1 bedrooms. Okay, so that one, definitely reach out to me, Alex at legendarypowerbrokers.com. We can talk on that one to see how that fits in for your 1031 exchange, or if you've got an active real estate investing strategy going on right now. All right, so 2 other ones here. This one up here, podcast listeners, I've zoomed in up here to Weatherby Lake area, which is north side of the metro, west of 29, south of the airport. Standard 4-plex for $550,000, which is about what 4-plexes these days are going for in these Class A locations. Yes, I would consider this a Class A location. Just for some quick math, so we'll call it 550,000 divided by 4, 137,500, which is in the wheelhouse of what I would think would be considered. Built in the 1980s. I think this will be under contract fast. So if you've got a 1031 exchange, you want to buy something that is relatively new construction, safe investment, standard fourplex, where they all got garages, over under garages, large units. I love these style of apartment buildings, these fourplexes, because they typically have very low owner expenses and you can get great rents, and the rent growth is really good there. Okay. All right. So that's another buy. So we got 2 buys so far here. And then the third new listing here on the MLS is actually going to be over here in Midtown. I'm not going to talk about this a ton because this one was on the market earlier. It's essentially a newer construction. I'm not sure if it was built in 22 or so. 2022. It's a couple units for $2.4 million. Let's refresh our memory here real quick. It's Class A location in the urban core. 2019 construction. So it's duplexes. I'm not sure. It looks like it's maybe 3 duplexes for $2.35 million. They are huge units. Great, gorgeous looking. I've got a 5-plex over here. I think it's, if you want a trophy asset in Midtown, new construction, could be something for you. I think for value-add investors, it's going to be priced out, but there's always a market for brand new or essentially new construction that are large units in the heart of Midtown. Okay, not going to talk any more about that. Let's hop on over to some MLS data. As we do every single month, we cover the past month's closings, where we're at, how we're trending compared to previous years and previous months. You might have noticed that we're down to 53 or so active listings on the MLS. A lot of closings. A lot of those were mine. We talked about. I've seen some other brokers out there. High-powered brokers have had several closings as well. So those have kind of come down a little bit. We're here at the end of summer, starting at fall, end of the quarter push to finish out your year, which you should be too. So really, what does this mean? So as we've dwindled the amount of listings down a little bit, let's take a look here. MLS data, podcasters got this pulled up. You can email me. I can send it to you, alex@legendarypartmentbrokers.com. But September of 2025, we don't have any data there, but let's look at August of 2025. We've got a pretty good, chunk of of sales that happened here over the last couple months. We're at somewhere around 17 over the last 2 months, which is pretty good considering each year or so there's somewhere around 80 to 100 MLS, at least MLS data points, 80 to 100 sales per year that are 5 units or above in the Kansas City metro. So that's your classic must have a commercial loan type of property set in the Kansas City metro. That's 80 to 100. So there's not a ton. So keep that in mind. It's very scarce. We talked about this before, that there are about 5,000 houses that are sold every single month that are 3-bedroom plus in the Kansas City metro. And through the entire year, there's only 80 to 100 apartment buildings that are sold. Of course, that's all MLS data. But my point is, multifamily is relatively rare. True multifamily commercial is relatively rare speaking as far as transaction goes. Okay, so we're headed in the right direction in terms of number of closings. It's still early here in September, obviously, but I would say things are doing as average, but lower priced properties are still selling. Higher priced properties are having difficulty selling, and that's because if you get up the sophistication ladder and you get into more of the higher numbers, the higher prices, the local lenders, national lenders are going to squeeze those numbers, squeeze those investors out. Plus, we've been stagnant for essentially a year on rates. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here in the next couple weeks when we do have a Federal Reserve meeting, essentially next week. And my guess is at this point, there's probably a 75%, maybe 80% chance that rates will be cut. Those are already built in on the bond market. So mortgage rates, you won't see an instant drop. But I want you to get excited because you can rerun the numbers and see how these new numbers are going to fit into your investment thesis and how you do business, okay? So that's everything for today, guys. This is Alex with the KC Multifamily Minute with LegendaryPartmentBrokers.com. You can email me, alex@legendarypartmentbrokers.com. We'll talk soon.